It's surprisingly easy to wake up one day and realize you don't have close friends anymore. But meaningful friendships don't disappear overnight. They fade slowly when we stop putting in the right kind of effort. Today, we're talking about how to build better friendships as an adult, not just more acquaintances, but deeper connections. This matters now because loneliness isn't just uncomfortable, it affects your health, your mood, and even how you see the world. When you start nurturing friendships intentionally, you'll notice how much richer everyday life feels. The biggest mistake? Assuming friendships should happen naturally without any structure or intention. In this video, we'll walk through exactly how to create those bonds, step by step. Let's start with what makes adult friendships different in the first place. Building better friendships as an adult isn't about collecting more acquaintances, it's about deepening the connections you already have. This matters because real friendships shape how supported, understood, and fulfilled we feel in daily life. It means showing up consistently, being vulnerable, and making time even when life gets busy. Think of it like tending a garden. The more care you give, the stronger the roots grow. A lot of people assume friendships should just happen naturally, but adulthood requires more intention. The reward is having people who truly know you and stand by you through life's ups and downs. Start by asking yourself, who do I want to invest in more deeply this year? But first, let's talk about why these connections are so essential. Close friendships don't just make life more enjoyable, they actually protect our mental and emotional health. Studies show people with strong social ties handle stress better, feel more resilient, and even live longer. It's not about the number of friends, but the quality of those few trusted relationships. A quick coffee date or honest conversation can shift your entire outlook on a tough day. Many adults downplay this, thinking friendships are optional extras rather than core needs. The truth is, we all need people who celebrate our wins and sit with us in our struggles. Pay attention to how you feel after time with friends. That's your proof it matters. Yet so many of us still struggle to prioritize these bonds. Here's why. Without meaningful friendships, life can feel lonelier even when you're surrounded by people. You might notice yourself hesitating to share good news or avoiding social events altogether. Surface-level interactions leave you drained instead of energized, like snacking when you need a real meal. Holidays and weekends start feeling heavier because there's no one to share them with. Some people tell themselves they're fine alone, but isolation quietly chips away at happiness. The good news? It's never too late to rebuild or strengthen these connections. Ask yourself, when was the last time I felt truly seen by a friend? Often the barriers aren't about time, they're about mindset. If this video is helping you so far, give it a like. It lets me know you're finding it useful. Drop a comment too if you've ever struggled with making friends as an adult. I read every one and love hearing your stories. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This channel is all about practical, down-to-earth advice for a happier life. There's plenty more where this came from, so stick around. And if you want even more resources, check out www.happylifetribe.com. Let's keep learning and growing together. Many adults unknowingly sabotage their own chances for closer friendships. We tell ourselves we're too busy, or that others aren't interested, without ever testing those assumptions. Perfectionism plays a role too, waiting for the right moment to reach out or share something personal. Scrolling through social media gives the illusion of connection without the real substance. Another trap? Believing friendships should require zero effort to count. The reality is every lasting friendship goes through phases of intentional nurturing. Notice if you're avoiding vulnerability, that's often the biggest hurdle. The first shift starts in how you view friendship itself. Building better friendships begins with dropping the shoulds and embracing imperfection. Adult friendships aren't about recreating school bonds, they're built on shared values, not just shared history. Instead of waiting for others to make the first move, adopt the mindset of being a good friend first. That means being okay with awkwardness, mismatched schedules, and conversations that don't flow perfectly. Many people get stuck thinking friendship has to look a certain way to be valid. But small, consistent gestures matter far more than grand gestures or constant contact. Try this. See yourself as someone worth knowing and extend that same belief to others. Now, let's talk about the simplest action to get started. The easiest way to strengthen a friendship is to reach out without a specific reason. Send a voice note, a meme, or a "how's your week going?" Text, no agenda needed. These small touches keep the connection warm between deeper conversations. If you're nervous, start with someone you already feel somewhat comfortable with. A common mistake is overthinking it. Friendship grows through repetition, not perfection. Even if the response isn't immediate, you've planted a seed for future connection. Your goal this week, initiate one light, low-pressure interaction. From here, we'll build on how to deepen those conversations naturally. Building better friendships as an adult doesn't mean grand gestures or constant socializing. It's actually about the small, consistent moments that add up over time. Think of it like watering a plant. Regular check-ins and genuine interest keep the connection alive. This could be as simple as sending a quick text to ask how someone's week is going. A lot of people assume friendships require huge time commitments, but that's not true. Even 5 minutes of real attention can make someone feel valued. Start by noticing one person you'd like to connect with more and reach out this week. Which brings us to how you can make this a natural part of your routine. One of the easiest ways to strengthen friendships is to create a tiny habit around reaching out. Consistency matters far more than the length or depth of each interaction. Try setting a daily reminder to send one thoughtful message to a friend. It doesn't have to be long, just something personal like mentioning a memory you share. People often overthink these messages, but simplicity works best. Over time, these small touches build trust and make reconnecting feel effortless. Pick a specific time, like during your morning coffee, to make it automatic. Of course, even with good habits, there are pitfalls to watch for. You don't have to figure out adult friendships alone. There are tools and people ready to help. At www.happylifetribe.com, you'll find guides, discussions, and practical tips. It's all about building a life with more connection and less stress. Think of it as your go-to spot for mindful living and personal growth. Whether you're looking for advice or just a little encouragement, it's there. Small changes add up, and having support makes them easier. Take what you're learning here and apply it step by step. You've got this, and we're here to cheer you on. The biggest mistake is expecting immediate closeness or reciprocation every time. Friendships grow slowly, and not every effort will be met with the same energy. It's easy to feel discouraged if someone doesn't respond right away or seems busy, but remember, their life has its own rhythms, just like yours. Don't take it personally. Keep showing up without keeping score. The goal is to build trust, not to force a certain outcome. Give people space and let the connection unfold naturally. The key is to make this process feel manageable, not like another chore. If you're already busy, adding friendships to your plate can feel stressful, but deepening connections doesn't have to mean overhauling your schedule. Start by integrating social moments into things you're already doing. For example, invite a friend to join you on a walk or errand you do alone. People often think they need perfect conditions, but ordinary moments work just fine. The less pressure you put on it, the more enjoyable it becomes. Focus on quality, not quantity. One meaningful interaction beats 10 rushed ones. And as you practice this, you'll start noticing subtle shifts in how you feel. As your friendships grow stronger, you'll feel a deeper sense of belonging. Loneliness often fades when you know there are people who truly get you. You might also notice less anxiety about reaching out. It starts to feel natural. Over time, you'll stop questioning whether you're doing it right. Many people don't realize how much mental energy they spend doubting their connections. But with consistency, that uncertainty gets replaced by quiet confidence. You'll realize you're not alone in wanting these kinds of relationships. Of course, life gets hectic, so let's talk about keeping momentum. There will be weeks when friendships slip to the back burner, and that's okay. The trick is to have a simple fallback for those times. Save a few low-effort ideas like voice notes or sharing a funny meme. Even during busy seasons, these tiny gestures keep the connection warm. People often drop friendships entirely when they can't give 100%, but 10% still matters. Remember, your friends likely understand because they're juggling life too. When things calm down, you can always pick up where you left off. And that's the beautiful thing about real friendships. They're resilient. Over time, these small steps toward deeper friendships start to change how your days feel. It's not about suddenly having a packed social calendar. It's about the quality of connection in the moments you do share. You might notice yourself feeling less lonely even when you're alone because you know those meaningful bonds are there. Simple things like a quick check-in text or sharing a small win start to feel more natural. Some weeks will still feel too busy, and that's okay. This isn't about perfection. The real shift happens when you realize you're no longer waiting for friendship to happen to you, you're actively nurturing it. Try reflecting once a month on one friendship that felt especially warm or supportive. These small moments add up, and that's where the magic happens. Friendship is so much better when you're not doing it alone. That's why our community at www.happylifetribe.com exists. It's a place where people just like you are working on living with more intention. Share your wins, ask questions, or just soak up the good vibes. Together, we can create momentum and keep each other motivated. You'll find kindness, understanding, and real talk there. Building connections is easier when you're surrounded by support. Come join us. You belong here. Even when you're making progress, there will still be times when old habits creep back in. Maybe you catch yourself canceling plans last minute or avoiding deeper conversations out of habit. This doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Life gets overwhelming, and it's easy to default to what's familiar. The key is to notice these moments without judging yourself harshly. Every time you recognize the pattern, you're already one step closer to choosing differently next time. Keep a note in your phone or journal to track when these slip-ups happen and what triggered them. Awareness is the first step to gently steering yourself back. When you realize you've pulled away or missed chances to connect, start with kindness. Beating yourself up only makes it harder to try again. Instead, take one small action to reconnect: a voice note, a shared meme, or a quick coffee invite. You don't need to over-explain or apologize for being distant. Just show up as you are. It's normal to feel awkward at first, but most friends will just be glad to hear from you. Remember, every friendship has ebbs and flows, and yours will too. The best way forward is always just the next small step, not a grand gesture. Progress isn't linear, and that's perfectly okay. This practice is especially powerful for anyone who feels like their friendships have grown distant or surface level. If you've ever thought, I miss having close friends but don't know how to get there, this is for you. It's also helpful for people who've moved, changed jobs, or entered new life stages where old connections don't fit the same way. Even naturally introverted people thrive with this approach because it's about depth, not quantity. You don't need to become a social butterfly, just someone who shows up authentically. The people who benefit most are those willing to embrace slow, steady growth over quick fixes. If you're ready to prioritize connection even in small ways, you're already on the right path. This isn't about fixing something broken, it's about nurturing what's already there. Let's make this practical. Here's how to start before the day ends. First, think of one person you'd like to feel closer to. No overthinking, just the first name that comes to mind. Send them a quick message sharing something specific, like, "I was just remembering that time and it made me smile." It doesn't need to lead to plans right away, it's just about reigniting the connection. Next, notice one opportunity today to be fully present with someone, even if it's just a 5-minute chat. Put your phone away and really listen, that's where connection lives. Finally, before bed, jot down one thing you appreciated about a conversation or interaction. Tiny steps like these build the foundation for everything else. Building better friendships as an adult isn't about fixing your social life overnight. It's about creating a life where you feel seen, valued, and connected in ways that matter to you. The effort you put in now will ripple outward in ways you can't yet imagine. There will be days when it feels hard, but those are also the days it matters most. Every time you choose to reach out or show up, you're rewriting old patterns. The world needs more people who believe in the power of real connection, and that includes you. Start small, be patient with yourself, and trust the process. You're not just building friendships, you're building a life that feels richer, warmer, and more alive. Building better friendships as an adult doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It's all about small, intentional steps. You've already taken the first one by watching this video and learning practical ways to connect. Remember, every great friendship starts with a single conversation or shared moment. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more grounded, uplifting content. For extra encouragement and ideas, join our online community at www.happylifetribe.com. It's a place to find support, calm living inspiration, and mindful lifestyle guidance. Keep going. Your efforts to nurture connections matter more than you realize. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.